I've just come back from a previous video you guys probably have seen on the XJS, and well, it wasn't all like this. So this is from when I pulled out of the workshop, and then I went in, pulled out again, got those drops again. Right as I pulled in, I got the low brake fluid warning light, and it was a little bit low. Filled it up, and it's hard to tell what something is when it's on the ground, so I just poured a little bit of brake fluid there as well. Be careful not stepping it, and we're gonna see if it feels exactly the same. So I'm gonna pull into the workshop, let the car cool down, and let's see if we can figure out where it's coming from. Welcome back to Living with a Classic, and as you saw in the intro, there's a leak under this car. I've just come back from filming the previous video on this car, which is the one where I show you what this XJS sounds like. I think it sounds amazing. Hopefully you guys agreed in that video. I'm really looking forward to see if you guys like that video. So, not the greatest news, because I have a car show in a couple of days, and there's a leak, and this car usually never leaks anything. It doesn't leave a spot ever. So definitely finding out what that is, and combined with the brake warning light, maybe it's brake fluid, but not completely sure because it's hard to tell what fluid is on the ground. So we're gonna have to go underneath and investigate. Hopefully it's something I can fix relatively quickly, because that car show is coming up at the weekend, so that is pretty soon, and I plan on taking this car, which because I think it'll be one of the last car shows of the year where it will be nice weather. And it'd be great to take a convertible. So hopefully it's something easy to fix, but let's go and try and find out what it is. I'm way too eager, so I just pulled into the workshop here, and I can already see the fluid here. It's coming from back here, at least, and it's very thin. And I mean, it does completely odorless, very thin. And it's completely coated here, over there, and up here. And I could see it drip from right up in there. And that's just some dirt there. So, yeah, you see there. Which is weird, because if it would be brake fluid, the brake line to the rear is on the other side, and there is the soft line. The the calipers are up by the diffs, completely dry over there. And I mean, this thing actually just had an MOT last week, and it didn't find anything then about the brakes. So I am wondering if this is hydraulic fluid from the convertible top, or I'm not really sure. I think I will have to get it in the air a little bit later when I have some more time, and see if I can figure out what this is. Actually, before I go, if you look really carefully there, it has a slight tiny green tint to it, and that looks like LHM to me, which is the fluid. I believe it's LHM for the convertible top. What I can do is I have LHM in the XJ40, so let's see if that looks similar to this. Alright, so there's LHM in the power steering here. And let's go like that. Yeah, tiny green into it. But it doesn't really look green on paper. It looks yellowish on paper. So let's go and see what the other stuff looks like on the paper. See if I can get some of the fresh stuff. And yeah, that looks exactly the same on paper. I'm still going to get under it a little bit later and check it out more, but I think it's the convertible top, because there's one hydraulic ram on each side, basically in here somewhere. So that is probably what's going on, but we will also check the level for a convertible top. You can do that where the pump is behind there. It's quite annoying, but we'll do all that at the later date. But for you guys, it will be pretty much in a couple seconds. Alright, I quickly found what it was, and it's my bad. So apparently on this car, that brake line is on that side. It's that soft line up there that is leaking. Oh no, on my XJ12, it's over there. Alright, well, That's a good thing to know. So now I gotta clean off all this brake fluid over here before it does any damage and order one of those lines. Some good news. It's 2 days later. Luckily, my local parts supplier, it's only like an hour or so away from here, had the parts and they sent them over in the mail. So I got them 2 days later. And it is Thursday evening now when I got them. Get them out of here. And the car shows on Sunday. So I think I should be able to get all this going. I decided to order the front brake hoses as well. They have them in stock. So while I have everything apart and I'm leaving the system, I might as well change them as well. This was on the plan to do because I haven't done it since having this car, and I was planning on doing it this winter. So yeah, that was just my bad that hose was bad. Doesn't look bad in place. There's no cracking, nothing like that in it that I can see in place. We'll see what it looks like when we take it off, of course. And this thing went through an inspection less than a week after this happened, so that's quite strange. But this is the small little hose in the back. It's leaking right there, it looks like. I will replace that, and then we will get to the front ones. When replacing brake hoses or lines or components, you really don't want the master to run dry, especially on a car like this with the ABS. You really don't want that to happen. Easy way to do it is, of course, fill it up with fluid. So it's pretty much at the max point. Get some regular, kitchen wrap, Reynolds wrap, whatever you want to call it. And put that over the cap. This will make sure that if anything, wants to come out, you'll have a little bit of a vacuum in there, and it will help. I mean, it won't 100% prevent, but it will help you lose all the fluid. So now, got the back up in the air. I'm gonna crawl underneath with my light, and I will spray all the brake joints with some penetrating fluid. Let that sit, go and get the correct wrenches, and let's try and get all of that apart. When getting a brake line loose, you always want to try and use these open flared wrenches for brake lines. It just helps a bit. And just, all brake lines on Jags after about the mid-70s, so halfway through the Series 2 are metric. So move it back and forth a bit, because at the moment you see the line is moving as well. And that's not what you want. You want the fitting to just move by itself. So take your time here and make sure you get that to move by itself before you break the line. So I'm going to do that off camera now. Concentrate, break that line loose, and then if I can move the light, the other line is up there, or the other fitting. If it's stuck on there, try some heat carefully, but remember that there's a lot of things around here, like hard fuel lines and things, but just be careful. And if you're lucky, you get it off like this, and it pays to be patient when doing this, because you don't want to have to replace brake lines, hard lines, if you don't have to. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, which is in a little bit of a worse spot, with there being some rubber around it. I'm going to see if I can do it without heating it, otherwise same as this side. But now it's moving nice and freely, because I didn't really feel like making new brake lines today. And that side came off way easier than the other. So you see they're both loose now. I'll get that line. All right, there we go. It's difficult to film under here. I'll get that line out of the way, take it out, make sure the new one is the same, but it should be. And then it's just a matter of putting that one on. I'm interested to see if I can see if this thing is cracked. It's been leaking over here, I think. So when I have it off and the new one is on, of course, I'm going to clean the whole area one more time with brake clean and water like I've done before, and hopefully it should be fine. There's a lot of underproofing here. I don't think it's going to creep under that. This car also is in good shape, so I don't want to have any brake fluid all over the place that can cause any future corrosion. But let's go back to the bench when I have this line off and see if we can see why it failed. Well, there's your problem right there. It almost even looks like it's been chafing on something, but I don't think so. I couldn't see anything there. I'll check one more time. But yeah, just split there. Most likely just age, and actually, honestly, this may be the original one. So, long overdue to be changed. I'm gonna clean off these nuts because I didn't get any new ones. And for reference, there's a new hose, and it's exactly the same as the old one. So I'm just gonna clean off the hardware I want to reuse, clean the area, make sure there's something sharp going into it there, and then it's just a matter of putting this back into place. New hose is in place up there, went in very easily, and I've checked there's no way around it's chafing anywhere, so that was not the issue, just an old brake hose, so keep that in mind. Check your brake hoses and replace them often. I will do the front ones as well, however, do that off camera. Those are pretty easy to get to, and I will of course bleed the brakes. They are in here, the rear brakes. The front ones are, out in the front. I will be doing that in a separate video, however, because bleeding the brakes on a car like this with ABS is a little tricky. With this ABS system, there's a trick to it, and then it's very easy. But if you have conventional brakes, then you know exactly how to bleed them. Last thing I'm going to do is get some more degreaser. I've hit everything with a lot of brake clean. I'm going to hit the rest of it with some degreaser and get the hose up in here. Spray a lot of water just to get rid of all of this brake fluid that's leaked everywhere. And yeah, you can see it run down the jack stand and down on the ground, just to try and get rid of all of it. And then when I take it out to wash it for a car show, I'm going to hit it once more underneath here with some more degreaser and some more water as well. Made a little bit of a mess, but it's just water. It will dry up. So sprayed the underside with high pressure from a hose. So not that high pressure, but just regular water pressure. So it should be nice and clean now. No brake fluid left. Just gonna let that dry. It's a nice, beautiful day here. So yeah, this has the whole day has sun on here. So it's gonna dry up nicely, and then I can bleed the brakes, but that will be in a separate video. And that's it for this video. Everything is a bit of a mess, so am I. Get kind of dirty. I was laying underneath the car, so I'm gonna go inside and clean up. Then in a future video, you will get to see the bleeding of the TVS ABS brakes. Not that difficult, but there's a special way to do it that's a little bit different than bleeding regular brakes. Anyways, I'm really happy I was able to find what the fault was, and that I found that when I was at home and not hours away or something like that. So that's a good thing. Keep an eye on your brake hoses. It's very important to change them, especially the one here in the back. It's often neglected because you can't really see it. And I'm guessing that the people testing the car at the MOT station, they probably not see that either, because it was probably already looking bad when I was there. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. Please give a thumbs up, share it with your friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. I want to continue thanking all my supporters on Patreon. Your support really means a lot, and to make sure I can continue making these videos. If you want to support the channel another way, I do have a store with t-shirts, mugs, and lots of other fun things. You can check that out down below in the description. So until next time, I'm Adam, and this was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.